Good afternoon, class 12s. This video is on the different ways shares can be raised in the new issue market. The first way is in the primary market. It is also called the new issue market. In this market, shares are raised for three different purposes. One is for setting new enterprises. Second one is for expanding and diversification. And the third one is for research projects or marketing projects. Now there are many methods. The most common methods are known as IPO and FPO. IPO is initial public offer and FPO is follow-on public offer. Let's see what are the four methods of raising these finances. The first is public issue. Second is rights issue, private placement, and offer to the employees. In this video, I am going to do the public issue first, and in the next video, I'll do the remaining three. Now, what is public issue? Public issue is made through such a prospectus. I've given you pictures of two prospectus. This and this. Here you can see that the company has advertised how many shares at what price, and these shares are issued to the public in the primary market on a particular date. The date, the face value, the issue price is advertised in the prospectus, and according to the prospectus dates, people subscribe to it by applying to it through Demat accounts. Now when IPO and FPO are done, there are some advantages. What are the advantages? If you access the capital market for funds, funds may be required for expansion, acquiring new companies, corporate marketing, or raising money for acquisition or acquiring another company. You need money to acquire a company, right? So those purposes requires a very heavy, large amount of funds. These funds may not be available from the banks, or you may not have enough collaterals to achieve it from the bank. That is the time when IPOs and FPOs come to your rescue. There are other advantages also. What are those advantages? Your shares are valued in the market, at the stock market. So, when you undergo a merger or acquisition, there is no fresh valuation required. If your valuation reaches the benchmark, your goodwill or your prestige in the stock market is taken care of. It also helps you to form capital directly. You are taking the savings of investors and converting it to your share capital. It also helps to act as incentives given to the employees in the form of ESOP. It also helps to liquefy shares, that is, turn or convert shares into cash. Anytime you sell the shares, they can be converted into cash. So these are the advantages of going public. But there are some disadvantages also. What are those disadvantages? The accountability is very high. You have to let the public know everything that you do in the company, related to marketing, related to finance, related to dividend. Everything has to be disclosed. So you may face government interference or SEBI interference. You can also be taken over by larger companies. In case you are taken over, you will have to relinquish some of your voting rights. And of course, if the company is not doing well, media interest will also be there, and there will be some negative publicity in case you are a public limited company. So in this video, what did we see? We saw that capital market has two arms, primary and secondary, and in the primary market, how shares are raised through IPO and FPO, and what are their advantages and drawbacks.